I just filmed the entirety of this video before realising that my camera wasn't on. I'm actually quite sad. Good morning readers, it's Tilly here from Tilly's Shelf, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the To Kill a Mockingbird read-along, which is taking place this week as hosted by TJ Reads the Stars. And today I'm coming to you from the future, and the future is amazing because I have a new house, and in my new house there are new bookshelves, and on my new bookshelves there are many new books, most of which are secondhand. But sadly I can't tell you the winning lottery numbers because this isn't the actual real future for everybody, it's just the future for me in terms of my channel. I'm posting videos at the moment that I filmed months ago, and I just pre-recorded them because I thought I would probably chicken out, and I think I was right about that. But I wanted to post this video today so that it would be contemporary with the rest of the To Kill a Mockingbird read-along type stuff that's going on. So this read-along is hosted by Tom at TJ Reads the Stars. To give you an idea actually of how long I was pre-recording videos for, he posted his newbie video when the time that I filmed mine, and I remember finding him then and being like, wow, this guy is amazing, he's gonna do so well, and he has done. He's got like nearly 900 subscribers, he gets loads of love from other people's booktube videos, and he deserves every bit of it because he's really nice and kind and enthusiastic, and I'm so happy that he's hosting this read-along and that it's happening, because from the moment he said he was thinking about it, that he was planning it, I was just really excited for it because I'm really excited to read this book again. So yeah, he's decided to host this read-along, and loads of people have said that they're going to be participating. Obviously I'm going to link his channel at the end of this and put all of like the dates and hashtags and whatever that I can into the video using editing skills, which I am gradually acquiring. And it's all about To Kill a Mockingbird. I hit my face with the book just then. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, which was written in 1960. I know loads of people have said that they're participating in this, so there should be some really nice discussions. But I know Tom has said that he's going to be focusing the discussions on like Twitter and Instagram, and there's going to be a group chat, and there's already loads of people posting stuff. I've seen Massa and Kay and Eve P and Reading with Ryan and loads more people posting to say that they're participating and to show that they've like started reading the book on Twitter. I can't see what's on Instagram, but I can see what's on Twitter. But I don't have Twitter and Instagram. I've never participated in a read-along before. I don't really know what the etiquette is, but with not having Twitter and Instagram, the only way for me to participate or show my participation in any way is to post a video and also to get involved in other people's videos that they post and comment on them. But I haven't seen anybody else has posted a video as yet. They've all just been on Twitter. I've been looking quite enviously at Twitter this morning, and I'm honestly thinking about starting a Twitter account just for the purposes of this read-along. I know I don't really want to get into Twitter in the long run because I can just see myself getting way too addicted and way too preoccupied with it. I'm more tempted by Instagram. I just see that as being a little bit more laid back. In general, I just see Twitter and Instagram as two more ways for me to talk to myself on the internet, and I don't think that I'm involved enough in the community yet to merit having a Twitter or an Instagram account. But that might be the kind of like wrong way to think about it. Like, it might be that if I had a Twitter account, then I would talk to people more, and then I would feel like I was more involved in the community, because everyone says that the Twitter community is really lovely, and if anything more lovely than the YouTube side of the booktube community. So maybe I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, tell me about it. So for the purposes of this week anyway, I'm just going to read what's going on in Twitter, read the book obviously, and just try and participate in any videos that I see, comment on any videos that I see, and then probably do like a summary video at the end of the week. Now, to get down to the book, I studied To Kill a Mockingbird at GCSE, like a lot of people in the UK, I think. GCSE exams are ones that we tend to start aged around 14 and end at 16. It's like 2 years of study, and To Kill a Mockingbird was one topic of the English side of that. So I was really hoping to go back and find my old GCSE notes and be able to compare what I thought about To Kill a Mockingbird a decade ago to what I think now. A decade, like a full decade ago, that makes me feel so old, versus what I think now as I rediscover it. But unfortunately, I'm going to scare my cat away now, I've looked through, there she goes, these two massive folders of old notes. They're both lever arch folders and they're both jam-packed. This one is fully literature notes from school and college, so up to about the age of 18, and this one is just general different topic notes, and neither of them have my To Kill a Mockingbird notes in. And I made my mum look through another folder of notes that I had in Brighton, and she couldn't find any To Kill a Mockingbird notes either. And I know that I won't have thrown them away, because that is just not the kind of thing that I do with my old notes. I keep uncontrollably. But I can't find them, so I'm just going to rely on sort of fickle memory to work out where my opinions have changed about this book, and to see if I can read any more deeply into it than I did at GCSE, because I thought I was reading it pretty thoroughly then because we studied it for ages. But I think now I've got more I'm more experienced as a reader, so I might sort of see more in it. Likewise, I know that I have my GCSE copy of this book back in Brighton. It's like that black copy with like a little sketch of a bird on the front of it. And I also know that we have my dad's copy, which is, I'll try and put a little picture of it here. It's a really ugly book, but he took it on a cycling holiday with him, I think around Germany, when he was like about the age that I am now, which is why it looks quite so battered. So it would have been cool to read either of those copies, but both of those copies are in Brighton and I am not. So I decided to get the book out from the library. I went to the library, which is like 40 minutes away, and I found out that my library subscription has actually expired in the last couple of weeks since I last had a library book out, which really frustrated me because I didn't have the ID card that I needed to renew my library subscription, and they wanted £50 to renew it without that ID card. So obviously I didn't do that, and I didn't have time to get back into the library between Thursday, when this was, and today, Monday, because I had some family events to go to. So I thought I'd be able to pick up a copy of this secondhand, because obviously it's a really well-known book, and like I've said, a lot of people study it. I went to 4 secondhand bookshops dotted around the centre of town. I looked really thoroughly through them. I picked up quite a few books, but I could not find To Kill a Mockingbird, which was sad. So I caved and I went to Waterstones and I bought this copy, which is the cover that kind of goes with Go Set a Watchman, which I have up here. I did find that in a secondhand bookshop recently, so I bought that to go with this. Yeah, and I bought it new, which I try to avoid doing with books really, and I feel a little bit guilty for buying it new. And the punchline to this story is that on Saturday I went to a new part of town and I found 3 new secondhand bookshops, which is a good thing, but obviously one of the first books I saw in the first one of those that I found was To Kill a Mockingbird, in a really kind of cool old edition as well. I tried, trees. I really tried. And I'm sorry, but I was clearly fated to buy a new edition of this book. So just in case you don't know it already, To Kill a Mockingbird is an American coming-of-age novel. It focuses on the narrator Scout and her brother Jem for a couple of years of their life, 1 year in particular. And they're growing up in a small town in the USA in the 1930s, and supposedly there is a kind of semi-autobiographical twist to this from Harper Lee's own experiences of this. And it's about Scout making that typical journey from the normal self-absorption of early childhood towards empathy, tolerance and kindness, at the same time as her community is moving backwards and becoming less tolerant and closing ranks and becoming more divided along certain lines. And I think this is a theme which is incredibly relevant to the modern age. I think it's also a story that really sticks with you and endures, and you really never stop remembering it and thinking about it. And Scout is a very relatable narrator, and she kind of stays with you, particularly as a child. You feel like you know her so well, and she takes you along on her journey and helps you to learn the same things that she does. But that is far from the only theme to the story. The book has themes coming out of its chapter headers, end pages. The glue on the spine is trying to tell you something in this book, and that's why I think it's a great book for a read-along and a great book to actually actively discuss. And I'm sure there will be really interesting things being said in the group chat, and hopefully also on YouTube so that I can see them. I'm sure the story will mean different things to different people. potentially also depending on your background, like American versus non-American, things like that. But I know not everybody likes the book. I would be interested to see people sort of participating who are not enjoying the book so much, or who maybe just don't see it as relevant to them. I think it's possible that you could say this is a 1960s book and we should be reading modern books that look at the same themes and you know, that are more relevant to the modern age. There's a lot of scope basically for some interesting discussions. Let me know if you're participating and where I can find your contributions, if so, in the comments if you want to. I'm about to plunge into the first few chapters now. Today we need to read up to my bookmark, which, by the way, I am contractually obliged to mention. Bo made this for me for my birthday and he said he would be very offended if it didn't make it onto BookTube, so this is the first opportunity that I have to show it off. I hope I've given you enough time to admire it there. Look, it's a dragon, it's made out of paper, it's cool, okay? I think it's going to be not too hard for me to keep to the schedule that Thomas set up until Thursday night when I start night shifts. So I'm going to try and finish the book completely on Thursday and just sort of skip ahead that little bit. And then I'm doing 4 nights, and when I've recovered from those, I'm going to make another video talking about sort of my closing thoughts and my thoughts on the themes of the book the second time round of reading it. Well, probably about the 50th, because I read it a lot when we were studying it. If I film any earlier, like just after I finish night shifts without recovering, expect chaos, clumsiness, probably tears, possibly an inability to speak the English language. These are all things that happen when I film videos after night shifts. Be warned. Until then, really, there's just one more thing that I wanted to say, because I'm going to post this video out of the order that I filmed in, and it's going to be the first video that I've filmed after I've started posting BookTube videos that I will then post first. That probably didn't really make that much sense. Which is, I've been on BookTube less than a month, and I wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who has kind of like watched a video, left a comment, made me feel really welcome, because you guys are all lovely people and I feel really happy that some of you have been especially really nice and welcoming. So thank you. And I hope to hear more from you and talk to you guys a lot more as time goes on and get more involved in the community, because at the moment I feel like I'm kind of not really involved in the community and I want to be, and I'm really nervous. Like every comment I make, I'm really nervous about making it, because I feel like, I don't know, socialising has never been my strong suit. I think I have Bo, obviously, and he means the world to me, but I have about 2 friends other than Bo, so it's scary for me, and I am happy that anybody has, you know, said welcome and made me feel welcome. So in terms of how this week's going to play out, I'm obviously going to be reading To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm going to be participating in any discussions that I actively can participate in. Then on Wednesday, as per usual, I'm going to post one of the pre-recorded videos, which is going to be a review of The Monogram Murders by Sophie Hannah, which is a Poirot book. Then next week, like I've said, I'm going to film a summary video of the read-along experience for me, and then also on Wednesday I'll probably post the next pre-recorded video, which I think is the Pixar tag, which I filmed back when people were actually doing the Pixar tag. If you want to be tagged, if you're still interested in doing the Pixar tag and you want to be tagged in that video, let me know, because I will edit and add your name as a tag in. So yeah, that's me offering to tag people, like people are actually going to want to be tagged by me. In the meantime, feel free to chuck your read-along related thoughts and discussion ideas down in the comments here, but I will really not be offended if you choose to hang out with the cool kids over on Twitter, because that's fully understandable, and I will just read those conversations from a distance. Have a lovely week, enjoy the book if you're reading it, and if you're not, why not? That's everything. Let's see if I successfully filmed this time. I did! Yeah! Oh, that's amazing. That makes me happy.